What's up, Taekwondoistas? Welcome to my Taekwondo journey, where I talk about how to use Taekwondo in your daily life and how Taekwondo can improve your daily life. Today, I had my yellow belt test, and I wanted to run through some first thoughts on what it means to be a yellow belt and what happened throughout the test. So first, I want to talk about what it means to be a yellow belt, and I'm going to read something from this awesome book that I love called Taekwondo: Ancient Wisdom for the Modern Warrior, and it's written by Doug Cook when he was a third-degree black belt. Basically, it says the yellow belt, this is what it means. It denotes the sunrise and the dawning of knowledge. Profound changes begin to take place in the individual, both physically and spiritually. Attainment of this rank brings a true sense of accomplishment. Well, I definitely get the feeling of accomplishment. That's definitely what I felt when I finished it and throughout the exam. But I'm very excited to meet the profound changes that is beginning to take place spiritually. I love spiritual change. I consider myself a very spiritual person already, so I'm excited to see what profound changes are going to start to take place. Very excited about that. So first thoughts about yellow belt testing. Last night I had several dreams. I never have dreams about exams, but I had several dreams that I was, going to the gym to test. And then I realized I was in a different city, because at first I was looking at my GPS, hey, I know how to get to the gym. I know the street. How come I don't remember? How come I don't know how to get there? And then I realized I was in a totally different city. And I'm like, okay, it's going to take 3 hours to get there. I got to call the instructor and say, hey, I'm not going to make it. It's 3 hours. I don't know why I had that dream. And then I woke up, went back to sleep. And I had another dream that it was raining. And I was somewhere else, like some fair or something. And it was raining so hard. And I was taking a look at the time. I'm like, okay, I have to leave to go to the test. And somehow we couldn't make it because it was raining so hard. So I kept on having dreams like that, and it was strange because I don't normally have dreams like that before a test or exam. I guess I found it important because this is a very common thing to occur for students before exams at school or something like that. So I got to the gym early, and I just kind of relaxed. I did some poomsae in the morning, some stretches and weight training in the morning to warm up. And so we started the exam, and we did some exercises, some sparring, and I remember feeling very calm. The part of the exam I didn't like the most, of course, was the sparring part because, conflict and all that, but I felt like I handled it a lot better than I normally handled it, because now I felt ready to handle the conflict for some reason. I felt a lot different than in normal days handling the sparring. And I just remember to return the kick when one is given. It's just kind of more intuitive, just return the kick, try to respond effectively. And that went well, and part of it was kind of fun, and I was very, very happy to see that I had some fun in the sparring, because that's what I want to evoke later on. Seeing sparring as fun, so I make that feeling familiar, and the feeling of I hate kicking people unfamiliar, But that was fun. What else did we do? We did some poomsae. Obviously, every test is going to have some forms. And at the end was a board breaking exercise. And I think that most Taekwondo tests are going to include a board breaking exercise as part of Taekwondo. So what I did for that test, I felt ready. I didn't have any thoughts of doubt or fear at all. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew what I was supposed to do. And what I did is I just visualized myself breaking the board. And I told myself, okay, so I'm going to see this board, and I'm going to imagine my foot kicking through it. And I'm not going to imagine my foot making contact with the board. I'm going to imagine my foot going a little bit farther than the board. So as the instructor held up the board, I was thinking, okay, my target is like 5 inches beyond the board. It's not the board, you know. And what I did is something I learned from Tony Robbins, and it's to make your move, right? So you have to get in state. So peak state. So I have a move that I've done that I learned from Tony Robbins. It's a move that you can create on your own, and it's basically a move that gets you back into peak state. So no negative thoughts, just like, I'm going to do this, I'm a warrior, get out of my way, basically. So what I did is I did the chumbi, you know, that you do to build up the ki energy from the earth, bring it into your body to prepare. And then I got myself in the ready stance, and then I made my move, and I just did it, you know. And then before I had time to think, I kicked through the board, and it was really easy. And after that was the end of the test, and I felt very happy and accomplished and excited to continue training. So then I noticed some more beauty of Taekwondo, that it really gives you a sense of strength, and it really gives you a sense of confidence and appreciation. Like, I felt appreciation for everything around the gym. Like when I came in, there was one of the instructors was getting the gym ready, you know, vacuuming, putting things in order, and I felt appreciation for that. I felt appreciation for my instructor for ordering the belt and getting the certificate. Oh, by the way, this is the certificate. So super excited about that. So, I mean, I'm very appreciative that he went through the time to order that. And I'm very appreciative to the people that came support me. They didn't have to take that time out of their day, but it's definitely an honor to be able to share experiences with others and share my insights with you guys. Hopefully I could remember or figure out how to edit videos enough to put like my board breaking video at the end of this, so that you can see how I did it. And I think you can see like the mental state change, and and how I got into state before I did the board breaking. So before every challenging event, I believe it's truly important to get yourself into state. Tony Robbins calls it peak state, but I just call it, you know, high impact state. You know, if it's not the peak, I don't want to pressure myself to like go to the peak. I want to be like a strong, high energy state. Actually, I can see how, you know, going to a peak state is the best, because it's like the best you can do. But like for Taekwondo, I want to be in peak state the best I can do. But for other things, you know, peak state all day, I feel like that could be very taxing. You know, if you're going to work and you're like peak state all day at work, you know, you're going to come home like frazzled. So high energy state at work, you know, keep it consistent. It doesn't have to be peak, but keep it high energy. Make sure that you don't succumb to those low energy thoughts. And that's just what I wanted to talk about today. And I hope that you guys learned something from my first thoughts of yellow belt testing. And if you like this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I wish you all a fabulous weekend and day.